Welcome back to Dark House Gaming.
Hi.
We were going to have Larry here today, but, you know, hand, foot, mouth
diseases.
Yeah. Not COVID. Everything's okay. No COVID.
Everything's COVID.
Speaking of, rest in peace to Mr. Governor Davis.
Oh, yeah.
As a
that was
bummer.
my first guitar teacher.
Yours too? Wasn't he Larry's too?
Probably.
Man, that's a bummer.
I didn't have fond memories of the 2 or 3 lessons I had with him, but he was the first one.
Yeah, no, that's a bummer. I'm not gonna get into it, but he was a good dude. Everyone around our music scene knew him and respected him, even if it wasn't their genre, kind of bluesy, old school.
The last time I went to that music store with Larry, he was there, and it was kind of awkward because it was like I haven't seen this guy in years, and he's just kind of hanging out over there and
the
not part
music
of the
center,
conversation.
the newer one they built, or Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen. The last time I saw him was actually at Muncie Music Center, at the old building before they moved.
Yeah, the weird downtown one.
Yeah. That's too bad. I know Larry. I know he was a big part of Larry's kind of musical journey. He was pretty torn up about it. But.
Especially working there recently.
Anyway, at least he's not suffering.
What the fuck?
That's the worst part of it.
So it was
COVID, yeah.
Was it okay, it wasn't like something else with it or something?
I mean, it was respiratory after that. I mean, he couldn't. From what I know, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, as far as I know, it was COVID that got him, yeah. I mean, he had been battling with it for quite a bit now, but... So, what, where are we going now?
We're gonna go back to Dungeon
Reality.
3 that we skipped over.
There goes gravity. Oh, or whatever the lyrics are. I forget.
We took a detour and did other whatnots, and then skipped to number 4 to get the glove, to get the sword. So now we're gonna hop skip back to dungeon number 3.
Well, as we talked about a couple episodes ago, we were teasing the idea of playing Minecraft. Seems like we're ready to do that. So I got back in and started dabbling with it. And now everything I see in video games, I'm just like, oh, what if this was in Minecraft? Or what if this was Minecraft in this style? So I'm like, I was playing Metroid Dread, and I was like, what if Minecraft looked like that?
Oh, speaking of which, is that good?
It's really fucking good.
I've not heard bad things.
It's not handholdy, so it's a challenge. It's gonna be like the way Donkey Kong Country 2 has been kicking our ass. But but it's really satisfying when you're struggling at a section, or either you figure out what you need to do, or I've not paid close enough attention to it. I don't remember what they're called because I'm playing through 4 games right now. So I'm back and forth. But there's these mech things that kind of chase you. If they catch you, you're basically dead. There's a very slim chance you can get away, but it's literally 1% chance, and it's sort of random.
Oh yeah.
And then even still, you have to be quick enough and to get away. You can't kill them. So it's just you just have to get away and find another way around or come back and avoid getting killed by him, whatever. But so it's one of those things where once you figure it out, it's super rewarding. But it looks super nice, especially on the OLED screen. Like I literally am choosing to play it. I guess I should say when I'm not playing it in the living room, because right now my living room is the only. I have a big OLED TV that's super nice in the living room, but usually the wife is watching Netflix on there. So when I'm playing Metroid Dread, instead of playing on my TV in my office or at work, in my office at work, if I'm playing Metroid Dread, I'll play it handheld because it looks so nice.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid. I've seen like plenty of, video titles and such that are like, explaining the ending and all this shit, and I'm like actively avoiding all of that.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but but if I got it spoiled, I wouldn't really care. Metroid's never had a huge story. From what I understand, this one's definitely got more so far than they traditionally do, especially the 2D side-scrolling ones. But
oh my god,
like the original Metroids, like the first one and Super Metroid, like they basically just start you. You don't know what's going on. You're just like, I'm in this thing and I got to do this thing. How did I get here?
Yeah.
This one's definitely got more like cutscenes and stuff, which adds to just the polish and how nice it looks and everything. But I was a really big fan of Samus Returns, and this sort of, if I'm not mistaken, it's made by the same people. But yeah, it's really well done.
Whoa.
People are talking about Game of the Year for it potentially, because right now I think it's the highest. It might be the highest rated game that's come out this year. Definitely on Nintendo platform, but I think overall, like it's got 88 on Metacritic or whatever it is. And,
shit, get out of here, Parker.
Take my strong hand, child.
Oh my god. Shit, get out of here.
Could you imagine? We were talking about Twitch Plays Pokemon earlier.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar, you viewer, whomever you may be,
there's a single dude.
There's a thing called Twitch Plays Pokemon where people literally every 30 seconds they're voting on one button sequence, one action. And they play through all Pokemon, the entire thing. And I'm just wondering, like, could you imagine playing this game? Well, you really wouldn't be able to play this game that way because it's action, kind of fast-paced, unless you could get it to stop.
Yeah,
but I still feel like it'd be impossible. Actually, that was one of the points they brought up about whatever games that they do that, it would have to be a traditional JRPG that's slow moving, like a Pokemon or like a Dragon Quest or an older Final Fantasy. Just turn-based strategy RPGs, because that's really the only way you would be able to do that. Could you imagine trying to do like if you could get a Mortal Kombat to stop like frame by frame for each button sequence? That'd be awful.
Yeah, that would be. I'm imagining like doing that with this game. I'm imagining the arguments of when they're voting on like you're gonna kill this enemy. It's gonna take how many swings, and people like arguing about, well, it takes 3 hits with this sword to kill this thing, and you guys are gonna make it happen a 4th time, and that's that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
Well, but that's the beauty of it. It's all just democracy based. It's just whatever the majority decides, that's what it's gonna be. So there's no time for arguments. I don't even know if they had Well, there was a chat, so people probably just spam it, shouting whatever, like trying to convince people, like press A, or whatever. But ultimately, it's just none of that matters. It's just whatever has the most votes at the end. That's what it's going to be.
Ow, fucker! Damn fucker! Look at this poor chap.
It looks like a monkey.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's like definitely a larger being than the people that we have. Like, look how small I am.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the arms. I was just looking right in the middle. But yeah. What's the name? What was the name of the Hunchback of Notre Dame? What was his name?
Quasimodo.
Quasimodo, that's right.
What a chap.
I mean, that guy kind of could have looked like him. What the hell was that?
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, sick. Look at that. What do you think that is?
It looks like Riley Reid's play toy. That's like the third reference to Riley Reid we've had in an episode, I think.
Third? I think you're encroaching on like 10 at this point.
I'm encroaching on 69 at this point. Hey.
Like literally whatever the last one was that I edited. Like I jumped in the middle and it's just like you like, is that Riley Reid? Oh, it's Duke Nukem. There's like a big TV screen that's got like a winking eye on it and you were like, is that Riley Reid? I'm like, fucking really? Like, why is that the go-to?
No, not really. Riley. Right. And then we got fucking Heinz Ketchup down here at the bottom getting all electrified.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Pardon the pauses. I am like definitely walkthroughing my way through this bitch.
Yeah, no, I could tell. So I'm trying to think of what I should say to enthrall like the people.
Not a This is the dungeon I was talking about where like half of it is above ground in the overworld and then half of it's like down here.
Well, that looks like a prolapsed butthole in front of you there, but I don't know.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
I think I'm about to go through it.
Is it Riley Reid's butthole?
Maybe not. Jesus. Maybe not. Look at that. Bam!
Not Jesus' butthole, Riley Reid's butthole.
Some would argue they are the same. They are incorrect, but some would argue.
I mean, someone's probably started a church of worship for Riley.
Oh.
Our old band teacher, Mr. Jones, probably runs a fan site of Riley Reid and her feet.
The last until you started bringing her up in these episodes, the last time I'd heard of her was like a beef she was having with some rapper.
Oh, was she having his beef?
No, I think like he made fun of her in a song for like having armpit hair or something, and then like she took to Twitter and blew up over it, and then he just like put her in another song or I don't know. Like, I vaguely remember that being a thing.
He's gonna keep doing diss tracks of her, and what can she? You know what? I'm gonna get in trouble if I say anything else. I'm gonna stop right here.
Whoa.
Why? So what's up with all these hands just falling from the sky?
Oh, dude, it's the Wall Master. You don't remember the Wall Master?
Are you? No, I remember the glove dude from Master Hand from Super Smash Brothers.
No, they put the. I don't know. I don't think this is the first instance. I think there was an older Zelda game with it, but I know they put it in Ocarina of Time.
I have a problem. I have beef now. Why did Super Smash Brothers why haven't they utilized Master Hand anymore?
I didn't realize that. Well, I knew with like the story on the last one, I don't think it used it, right? It was like
All I
don't
know
even know.
is the current one. It has nothing to do with it. I don't remember enough about the one on the, what was the one on the Wii U called? Just Super Smash Brothers Wii U Deluxe or some shit. I finished it. I just don't remember enough about it. But like Super Smash Brothers Brawl, did it use that?
Shoot. I don't know.
And then there was Melee.
I had
so
Smash
long.
Brothers on the N64.
Right.
I had
Melee on the GameCube.
I had played the GameCube one. I never had it though.
Oh, that was my favorite Smash of all time, like by
And then I
far.
think with family, I think we had played the Wii U Smash Brothers
You didn't play Brawl on the
quite
Wii?
a bit. I don't think so. Because, like, I had an N64, and then the next Nintendo console I owned was the Switch.
To me, and fans of Super Smash Brothers will probably call heresy on me, but to me, Smash Brothers Brawl and the Wii U one were very similar. Like they were just really similar to me.
Fuck. Huh. So the two Wii ones, the Wii and the Wii U?
Yeah. That's the other thing. We have to talk about the elephant in the room. Wait, what were you going to say before I go on a tangent?
I was just going to say, isn't the GameCube one the one that everybody, like, cherishes?
That's the one I cherish, yes, Melee. That game is incredible.
Is it because of the game, or is it because of the GameCube controller?
The gameplay itself is just better. It just feels like a proper, I don't know. It's just, no, I don't care about the controller. People make a big fuss about the way the controller was and the way it makes it feel. Just the general gameplay itself I enjoyed it way more than Brawl on the Wii. Now, the Wii had its host of problems, I think, because of the controller. But then even the one on the Wii U, like, it just didn't pull me in the way the other one, the way Melee did specifically. If I had to rank them, it would be Melee, like, way, way above and beyond all the other ones. Number 2, I really want to put the original one. I think a lot of it's nostalgia.
Probably, yeah.
But I'm going to put Smash Brothers Ultimate just because of how much content there is. Like, it's just massive. And honestly, Ultimate hasn't really drawn me in that much either. Like, it's done more so than Brawl or Wii U. But anyway, yeah, if I had to rank them, it would be Melee, number 1. Ultimate, so the newest one, number 2. The original one on the 64 as 3. And then when it comes to Brawl and Wii, I'd probably put the Wii U one at 4, and Brawl was probably my least favorite. That's probably how I'd rank them. And then they have the ones on the DS. Those are, I mean, they were good. They were fine. Like, I was glad there was some portable option. But I'd probably rank it like near the bottom as well, either second or third to last. Yeah, I'll put it above Brawl, even the one on the DS, which we're gonna get canceled for me saying that, but that's all right. So what I was gonna say was, I don't remember what I was gonna say because now I forgot.
Well, I mentioned the N64.
Yeah, but that's not what I was going to say.
And then you were like, elephant.
Well, I guess
elephant in the room.
Maybe, I don't know if this was what I was going to say. We have to address, maybe this is what I was going to say. What in the world is Nintendo going to do with the next Super Smash Brothers game? Like, where do they go from here? Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is literally the ultimate. Like, there's just everyone and their freaking grandmother in this game. And I don't know if they make a new one, like, are they going to start over? Are they going to have, 30 characters? And then people are going to be like, this is garbage. There's 3 times the content or 4 times the content in the previous one. Or do they just keep porting Ultimate over and maybe add things here and there over time? Or do they turn it into like a games as a service thing where they, I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. I don't know what the right call is. Oh, that's not what the elephant in the room was going to be. Now I remember. You were talking about the Wii and the Wii U and how there were a lot of games that didn't do well. The Wii U as a platform failed. Everyone knows that. It sold 12 million units. The Switch is about to hit 100 million. But the Wii U, one of the theories as to why the Wii U failed so hard is because it was called the Wii U. And so all the casuals that purchased the Wii, like a lot of casuals purchased the Wii, like grandparents, because they wanted to play Wii Sports or Wii Fit. And when the Wii U came out, there was the problem of, those casuals were like, oh, Wii, I have that. Ignoring the fact that there was the U after it. And it's like, oh, well, that's what I've got. I've got the Wii. And the parents that were buying for kids, like for little kids, and they don't know, and the parents are like, oh, you already have a Wii. You don't need that, It's not so cut and dry the way PlayStation had with, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the elephant in the room is, okay, right now, Nintendo's in a very similar situation where they have this really, really popular platform, the Switch instead of the Wii this time around, but regardless, there's a lot of parallels you can draw. What do they do next?
Bitch.
Do they do a successor to the Switch? And if they do, if they call it the Switch 2 or whatever they would do, is that going to have the same effect as the Wii U would have? Where it's like, now see, because with PlayStation, it's like, it's the Sony PlayStation, people know it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you still have the Switch name in front of it, is that going to make people think, oh, you already have the Switch, you don't need that? So will they have to give it a completely new name? And if they do, I feel like they still need to use these cartridges for at least another generation.
Yeah, that's the problem, is like, it's either going to have to be like the Switch Pro, where like the cartridges still work and possibly also the Joy-Con still work.
But then,
or it's going to have to be like,
but then those new games are not going to work on the old console. So how do you navigate that? Because that didn't work out well for the 3DS. They did that on the 3DS. They made a new Nintendo 3DS, and there were I want to say literally 4 games that only worked on the new Nintendo 3DS. Those 4 games were Xenoblade Chronicles, or whatever it was called on the 3DS. That only worked on the new console, on the new 3DS. There was Minecraft, literally Minecraft on the 3DS only worked on the new 3DS. There was there was like 1 or 2 other random games, and they didn't sell very well because, they didn't have the install base of the original 3DS. So they're in a tricky spot. Like, I don't know what the best course of action would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it wouldn't make a lot of sense for them to not do a similar form factor.
I agree.
Because, like, do you take away the ability to go into handheld play? Because if you do, then why buy the new console?
Well, here's
you'll have better TV graphics, but
I agree with you, but here's the thing: they've already done that in the form of the Switch Lite, because the whole point of the Switch, the marketing around it is it can switch. You can go portably or you can dock it. They came out with the Switch Lite and you can't dock it, so it's not like it's unprecedented. It would just be the opposite way. Here's a Switch, but it's more powerful and you can't go portably. I think that's the wrong move. I agree. But I just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a whole host of routes they could take. The worst move, I think, would be starting over. New platform doesn't switch, like not portable option. Like if they basically try and compete with Nintendo or with Sony and Microsoft, which Nintendo never has. So I don't think they'll do that. I think they're stuck now with this hybrid concept. But
yeah.
That being said, what's the best strategy? Do they keep using these cartridges? I think they should for at least another generation. But if they do you call it the Switch?
Shit.
And if you do you keep the Switch namesake? I would say I think you should, because of how well it's done. But then you look back at the Wii, and that's kind of one of the reasons it failed. People thought, oh, we've already got this thing. That's where I'm saying there's the elephant in the room. And I don't know. People that get paid way more than me need to address it and figure it out. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking, personally, I think the best bet is some sort of Switch Pro thing, because
right,
you can keep that differentiating. Like, I know, like, I know, like, Microsoft, like Xbox is doing like the you pay for this service and then you can play your games on your phone and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Is that even like a functional thing yet?
Yeah, I think they have. Yeah, there's you can do Game Pass on your phone now. Yeah.
Okay.
There are games you can play on your phone with Game Pass, and now they've had the feature where you can hook up literal Xbox controllers to your phone now. So.
Right. Damn it. So I know that's their that's their version of like the Switch, where it's
and
like,
and I think that's a fantastic
console,
strategy. Like Microsoft is putting themselves in a really good place, and Game Pass is a great deal. Oh, speaking of which, Game Pass is the best deal in gaming right now. Nintendo just had the audacity to add $50 to the expansion pack for N64 games. That's another thing. Like they're getting cocky.
I thought it was 50 total.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. 50 total.
Okay.
Yeah. That now, if you do the family plan, it's 80.
Right. Yeah.
Now so they still have the original pricing scheme of, I think it's 20 a year for one person for one account, and then if you get the family plan, it's like I want to say 35, because that's the one I'm paying for. And if you add the expansion pack, it makes it 50 for one account, and it makes it 80 for a family account. When you look at it that way, they let you use 7 accounts, if I'm not mistaken. So if you were divvying it up between 7 people, that's not expensive at all. You're paying, I don't know, what would that be like? Let me see, 80 divided by 7, a little under, like 8. You're paying like $8 a year if you divvy it up between 7 people.
Yeah.
But
ow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's like the way to do it. Oh shit, that hurt me. Oh, I still can't hit him. Listen, bro. Is to do some sort of like pro variant, come up with your name, like with the 3DS and the Wii U. That way you can keep your current form factor, and then surely, like, if you go that route, then all of your other Switch titles still work, but they could still have newer, improved cartridges that just have more space on them to facilitate the higher resolution or whatever.
I've got it. The elephant in the room is the whole it's marketing wise, because I think the right move is to keep these cartridges going, just make an improved processing system and just an evolution of the Switch. But what didn't work for Nintendo? Well, from the Wii to the Wii U. Okay, well, yeah, the Wii U was a stupid name, but because it was funny, because I remember when they announced the Wii, they were like, Wii, it's like we play, like us. It's like a collective. That was the whole idea behind it. Totally makes sense. Great idea. It was named, the spelling was a little silly. I remember people making fun of it when it first was announced. And I remember thinking, like, that's a dumb name. I don't like it. But it caught on. It ended up making sense. Then they came out with the Wii U, and they're like, it's the Wii for us, but also you. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Now you're just like, now what are you going to make the Wii U me? The Wii U me they? The Wii me you they, he, she, them, us?
Right, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay, that was weird. And again, it's easy to Monday morning quarterback it. In hindsight, everyone knows it was the wrong move. And at the time, it was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, the Wii was popular. Maybe it'll be the right move. But when it did work for them, the Game Boy. Remember after the Game Boy, what was the successor? I mean, they had the Game Boy Color, but that was more like a mid-cycle refresh.
Oh, yeah.
And then they came out with the Game Boy Advance. Now, the Game Boy Advance killed it. It did really well, too. So, what if they came out with the Switch Pro, but they named it the Switch Advance?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be called Pro.
No, I don't either. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see them bringing the Advance name back.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably, not only do I think that's the best idea, because think about how much money was spent developing like the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
And how that's like such a massive selling point, even though people, have issues with them. They're sick as fuck. So it's like, continue that on for the next console. The Switch concept is great. Keep that for the next one. Well, right. At that point, you got to call it the Switch something. Otherwise, why rename it? It's weird.
I don't think it's a terrible idea to come out with a Switch that doesn't play portably. You just need to have it in your arsenal in addition to the regular Switch. Like, because if you've got your Switch Lite and that one can't be docked, right? Okay. And then you have your regular Switch. Let's say we call it the Switch Advance, and that's the one that is portable, dockable, the whole thing. And then you have a Switch, I don't know what you would call it, Switch Home or something. And it's like, that one's just, it's a small box, you can charge less for it. Because they won't have detachable Joy-Con. It doesn't have to be separate from a dock or anything else. It'll just be a small box that's the Switch. You can put your cartridge in there and hook it up to your TV. I think at some point you could do all of that just to kind of cover your bases. But I don't know. Interesting.
If I were a betting man,
I don't think they will do it. I just think it'd be cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I think just because what people have learned about this dock refresh,
the 4K, the fact that it's 4K compatible.
Yeah, I think that the next Switch is going to legitimately be like the Switch OLED with beefed up internals.
Right. Yeah. No.
Same screen, same case.
I agree. It's just I guess I'm hypothesizing the marketing strategy, specifically regarding the name. So that's kind of where I'm wondering. But yeah.
And now that they've dropped this one, it's like, how long do you wait now? Even if you're able to put out a new model or whatever, how long do you hold on because you just dropped this one?
I'm gonna say a year and a half. I think a year and a half is a good sweet spot. Because
from now.
Yeah, because you got to think the Switch has been out now. What going on? It's gonna enter year 6. that right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say March it'll start its 6th year. Because it came out March of 2016, right?
Yes.
That sounds right. It wasn't 2015,
I got
was
mine. No, I don't think so.
it? Okay, yeah.
I got mine like August of 2016,
I
and
want
it
to
had
say it
been
was.
around for
I
a
want to
little
say it
while.
was March like 21st or 23rd. I feel like it's one of those dates. Can you please look that up right now? I want to say March 21st or March 23rd, 2016. Come on, we're at the end of the episode. You gotta just look, just make me feel better.
Hey Google. Sorry, what? Hey Google. When? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Never mind. Shut up, woman.
Oh no, not because she's a woman.
I tried to use the Google Assistant on my phone, and it's like, you're using your microphone for a phone call. You can't do that right now. But then the Google Home in my kitchen responded and said, in her like British whatever voice I picked, sorry, can't do that right now.
Dude, you made yours British too? I made Siri British.
Yeah, in Google Maps one day was like, what voices can I pick? And there were more I'd never heard of, and one of them was like, it's like Racing Queen or something, and it was like just a British lady. So I picked that one, not realizing that it was going to change my Google Assistant voice across everything. So like if I've got these like earbuds in and you text me, it'll be like Ramiro Escamilla in like her super British voice, and it was jarring the first time it happened. Because I was like, what the fuck? He's sending
you a message. That's funny. I made mine instead of a seductive American woman, I made Siri a burly British man.
So we were both off.
Oh God.
You want a second guess?
Is it 2014?
No. 2017.
Oh, okay. Okay, it was announced in 2016. Okay, it came out March, but was I right about March 21st, 23rd?
March 3rd.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I knew there was a 3 in there.
I thought it was 2016 too.
No, I guess it got announced. Okay, so it's entering its 5th year then. Is that right?
Yeah, next March it'll be year 5.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think? A year and a half from now? Then it would be in. Then it would be in year 6.
Shit.
It would be in year 6.
Is it? What do they normally do?
Okay, I'm gonna say they announce it a year and a half from now, and it comes out 2 years from now, just before the holiday season.
All right.
That's my prediction. They announced the successor to the Switch a year and a half from now.
How long was the
Wii U?
Like the Wii U?
Well, okay, the Wii lasted a little longer. The Wii U, they cut it short. I think that only lasted literally, it was barely, I don't even think it had reached its 4th year when they announced the fact that they were working on the Switch. What, the NS, they were calling it? NX? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Wii U was in the middle of its 3rd, going into its 4th year when they said, hey, we've got the successor to the Wii U. It's codenamed the Nintendo NX. And that was about all they announced. And then they announced it in, God, it was at the tail end of 2016, because it didn't take long from when they announced the Switch to when it came out, it was literally only like 3 months. So it was like the very end of, I want to say the very end of 2016 when they announced it. That's why I was thinking 2016, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. I knew it'd been 4 years, but I kept thinking 20. We're still stuck in 2020. That's the problem.
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm trying to overcompensate for the fact that 2020 didn't exist. But
yeah, I mean, it could be something as simple as, the Switch OLED was supposed to have newer guts to put out a higher res or something, and that's why the dock can do it.
But the chip shortage that has been going on, and yeah.
Right, yeah. It could be something like that.
That's what I think. And they'll,
Although
if that information ever comes out, it'll be years from now. And it's like, yeah, we were supposed to put this out a couple years ago, but we had to, 2020 really screwed us.
Yeah, although it would be weird to push current Switch titles past 1080p, because it's like the artwork and whatnot wasn't made for that. So, like, what's the real improvement?
I think the real improvement would simply be in the fact that they would be able to port bigger third-party games that right now they kind of have to downgrade.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the reason. But yeah,
unless they're holding on to like,
or they
it'd be real shitty is if they do like a Switch Advance, let's say, and it's the same idea, it's just beefed up,
right.
current tablet capabilities or some shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And they start dropping advanced versions of current Switch titles that are literally just graphic enhancements.
Hold on, Randy. 100% they're going to do that. First of all, they're going to charge you the $60 price or $70 price tag for them. It's going to happen. Dude, everyone was hypothesizing that they were going to charge $10 or $15 max for this expansion pack add-on. And boom.
Yeah.
They're like $30 more. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And even me, I would say it'd be worth it if instead of... So, obviously N64. But then they surprised us with Sega. And we were like, what? Sega? Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, that's why they're justifying the price, because they're saying, all the licensing fees, it's going to cost us a lot more money.
I was going to say, yeah, they're probably giving half of it to Sega.
Which, I get it. And not only that, Microsoft, Banjo-Kazooie, the N64 game, I mean, those are the big ones. But, so, that was the whole hubbub about it. I said, for me, right now it's not worth it. I want to wait and see what games they release, and we were talking about that privately earlier, but if instead of Sega they had released alongside N64 Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, I would have been all over it. I wouldn't even have thought twice about it, obviously depending on the games, but more than likely there's some bangers on the Game Boy Advance. Like, they'd have a lot to choose from, and with that they wouldn't have all the licensing issues because it's just theirs, most of them. So, but I will also say, alternatively, if they come out and say, hey, we figured out how to do GoldenEye, it's coming out, I will throw all my fucking money at the screen right now. I don't even care. That's all I want. So, Nintendo, if you want my money, just put GoldenEye, for the love of God. Do you know how much money? You're printing money. You're literally taking over the United States Treasury Department at that point. just do it.
Yeah, I was really hoping for Game Boy Advance just because, like, I had a Game Boy Advance. That was my last Nintendo handheld.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my time with it was spent playing Pokemon Silver, which was not a Game Boy Advance title.
Right.
Because I remember the cartridge, like, sticking way up out of the console.
Color,
Yeah. So, and then to my memory, I only had 2 Game Boy Advance games. One was Golden Sun, which is great.
Yeah.
And then one was a DBZ Goku game or something, which was just trash.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I had that game too, and it was frustrating.
Yeah. And it's like, so, that's one of the things, that's the only real thing that keeps me coming back to the thought of, like, buying one of these emulator handhelds and doing that, is just for the Nintendo handheld games that I've never played. Because there are so many that I'm sure are great that I've never touched.
And that's where I'm frustrated at Nintendo right now. They just need to bring the Virtual Console back. Let me pay $8 for whatever old school game I'm going to get every time. Let me purchase Super Mario World for the 80th time. Just give me that option. But, Nintendo's going to Nintendo, and we'll see what they do this next generation. But for now, they're killing it with the Switch, and that's all good and well, but I don't know. We should probably end this. We're quite a bit over.
Yeah. If you want to get your Nintendo news, don't come here. If you want to hear us talk about Nintendo news that you probably heard a week ago, come on over.
we're here all week.
If you want to hear us talk probably about very similar subjects from a year ago, check out our other Let's Plays we have coming up.
Yes. For a flashback to 2020.
In like 2 or 3 weeks, we'll drop our first Sniper Elite episode, and I'm pretty sure first or second one, and I'm pretty sure we spend the whole thing talking about the Snyder Cut, which is beyond old news. So
that's all right. I just watched it
recently. It's a whole episode.
Wait, no, I did not watch it back then.
Yeah. It's a whole episode of you being like, so what's this Snyder Cut shit I'm hearing about? And this is like almost exactly a year ago. So
well, enjoy. Now we're predicting the future. Now we're talking about the new Switch before it's ever been announced. So maybe we're way ahead of the game now. Watch. People are gonna come back here and they'll be like, "Dude, it's called the Switch Advance. How'd you fucking know?" And I'm gonna be like, "My uncle's a janitor. First. My uncle's a janitor for Nintendo. I just couldn't say anything."
Oh, that's okay. So we're just gonna title this episode "The Switch Advance." So
yes.
2 years from now, this video will blow up.
Yes, we have to title it. We discuss the new Switch Advance.
Yeah, it's some sort of just super clickbaity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think your predictions are about Nintendo and their strategies. How pissed off are you at the expansion pack pricing and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Riley Reid, talk about whatever Riley Reid video you want to talk about.
Send all your Smash Bros. Hate mail directly to Ramiro.
Oh, they should have made Riley Reid a Super Smash Brothers character. Get it? Because Super Smash, but name it like Super Smash Sister. Anyway,
see, now I'm racking my brain trying to think of a Smash Bros. Character that would be a funny comparison to her, and I'm not coming up with anything.
What do you mean a comparison to her? Like an existing character?
Oh, they should have put her in the game, and I was going to be like, oh, they already have. She's called Donkey Kong or something,
She's called Princess Daisy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Kirby?
Oh, you could have just said Princess Peach because she's not getting kidnapped, quote unquote, kidnapped by Bowser. She's really just Riley Reid going to film a porno. All right, bye.
Later.